Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are gonna do some maintenance on my 2008 Toyota Sienna, which I convert into a minivan camper. Alright, so there is some issue with the engine mount. And how do I know? Because when I accelerate up to 45 miles per hour, all of a sudden I have some shuddering going on in the engine. But it's when it past that point, then it's normal. So I already changed out two of them, and then today I'm going to do the other two, but the principle is pretty much the same. So disclaimer, this is an educational video for information. All right, let's go check it out. All right, so go through what part do you need to do this job. You're going to need the engine mount, of course. So I kind of feel cheated when I bought this box, even though on the outside it showed that there are, you can see right here, 4 of them, right? But actually in this box there's only 3. You can see right here we have one for the torque, the long one is a torque strut mount on the bottom. Then we have transmission mount, and we have it's not even right. Yeah, it's only 3 of them instead of 4. So I end up having to buy another one, which is on the other side, because they are different. Even though they look the same, but they are different the way it is made. See, this there is a difference. So there is a marking on the part itself. This one is say on the right, which is the passenger side, and this is from the left. So when I receive this, I took on the right, but tried to put it in, but it doesn't work. So all right, let's put this together. Well, actually, let's go look at the tool that we need to do this job. So to make the job easy, you will need a breaker bar. Don't have to do this big, but you need a breaker bar because these things are very tight. I also have torque wrench, which you don't need it, but you know, later on when I tighten up my wheel, I need it to keep it 75 to 80 foot-pound. A couple of half-inch extension. That's a 21 millimeter for the lug nut, which I already took it out. 19, 17. This one I think is 14. 14 and a 10. The 10 is for removing this part right here. This little cover right here to make it easy to put tool on that one. You can see I already loosened it up. I will show you the rest of the nut that need to be removed in order to take this out. Also, this one, if you have a crescent wrench, small one is fine, because sometimes the nut kind of tight to move by hand. So just once you loosen it up, you can use this to get the nut out. And this is a 1/2 inch ratchet, and then an adapter for, if you don't have this tool, that's adapted for using the 10 millimeter, because the rest of them you can pretty much use in the 1/2 inch instead of 3/8. Like I said, I didn't have the right part, so I did install a couple already, which is, this is a torque arm right here. So these are easy. These used in 14 millimeter right here, 14. These are very easy. This is the easiest part to do. Then down here we have the front engine mount, which I already loosened up. So to make the job easy, I will loosen up, take all these top nut out, because you're gonna need to raise the engine up with the jack to remove the part. So we have one right here. Let me see where that is. So I'm gonna remove that top nut too. There's 3 on the bottom. We took that one under the vehicle. So the top nut is 19 and the bottom one is 17. I will go under the vehicle and show you where it is. So you can remove the 3 nut on the bottom out first, which I did. So right here, the location right there, there's one right there, another one in there. I don't know if you can see that or not. And let's see, one right out here, which is easy. I already took them all out just to show you. Let me show you how they are when they are not out yet. On the right side is the same thing here. We have one right here, but you see the nut is still into. I think, yep, they are in there. There's another one over here. Another one here. So you see I haven't removed that one yet. See, there's a lot of rust. So it's best to have some Wicker bar and some spray, what do you call them? Those lubricants to loosen up the nut. Yeah, but you have some of these penetrating spray. It helps to loosen up those nuts more easy. See how I have that jack to jack up the whole vehicle, put it on the stand. So I'm going to move that to support the engine on the engine oil pan, which should be a little bit high. So I'm going to load this down, show you. See, the oil pan is right there. So you want to put that under the oil pan with some kind of wood so it doesn't damage the pan. And then as you will see, I will raise them up. That way I can remove the engine mount easily. So you can see I positioned the jack with piece of wood under the oil pan. And this is how you're going to raise the engine up in order to get that engine mount out on the bottom. All right. Also, I loosen up the top nut on this one all the way up and leave about 1 or 2 threads, so that way it doesn't come out, because these are very hard to line up. So it's best to do one at a time. Same thing over here. I did the same thing over here. I raised the nut up, leave a 1 or 2 threads so it doesn't come out. And then I'm going to remove this, because this will keep the engine from going up. So you need to remove this also completely out. These are easier to line later on, because the bottom is hard. So you remove that way. When you lift it up, you have plenty of room. See right here, there's still room under it for you to move it up. Just enough to get the part on the other side out. With this one, you can see it will come out. The nut didn't come loose, but the stud come loose. So that even make it easier. So now it's ready to be raised up and bring it out. Since I already removed the top, the bottom 3, so it should come out easy. All right, this should be out over here. It's just hanging loose right now. So I'm lazy. I didn't want to take it all the way out. But anyway, and this is the new part. Remember, you got to throw the right side, otherwise it won't fit. There's the leg. You can see one is long and one is short. So you can see right here, the short one is on the outside and the long one is going toward the inside. So, all right, I'm going to put you down and then see how we're going to do this. All right. Probably to jack up a little bit more. You don't want to jack up too high, just enough. See that how it come out? pray around it to get it in. Let me take the stud out here. Yeah, you have to play around to get it in. See how it dropped right in? Remember, there is a little thing that it should drop straight down. If it doesn't line up, then it won't go down. Just make sure that it sits flush before you torque it. There is a little notch. Let me go check on the other side, make sure it's flush. Alright, the trick to know whether it's flush or not, you need to see closely the way where there's a mouth. See how it's flush? There's a little big circle. It should sit completely inside that thing. And you know it's the little, this thing here is already sit inside the little notch. Alright, and now I'm going to put all the hardware back in. So the process of putting back these engine mount back, it's pretty much reverse of when you're taking it out and tighten up the nut. I believe you need to tighten these nuts about 40 to 45 foot-pound. Don't quote me on that, but that's pretty much how I usually tighten them up. And if you want to make sure it doesn't come blue, then put some blue Loctite on it, and it definitely will never come loose, especially the one on the bottom. I'm not too worried about the one on the top, the nut. So one thing to keep in mind about doing the engine mount on the Sienna, on especially this version, I think this is Gen 3 Sienna, you need to, this bolt is the last one you're going to put in, and you always leave the top bolt over there. See this top bolt, and then the other two loose until you finish the job. Then you can tighten them up. So I'm not sure I can show you now, but just keep in mind about that, then the job should go easy. By far, I think this is the easiest engine mount job I ever do. All right, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next video. Bye for now.